Hey everybody, welcome to our Stu's Reviews video. I'm doing something different today. This is not an unshrinking, it's not a game differences video. Just picked this up recently off of eBay. I thought it was something interesting enough to talk about. This game here is called Steelwood Private Eye, and apparently it says here Idea Factory 1995, made in Japan, FX001. Apparently it's the first in a line of games that were made using the little-known photo CD format. If you look at the bottom here, this runs on Macintosh, Windows, PCFX, Saturn, 3DO, CDI, and Kodak Photo CD player. Basically, it uses the photo CD format, and then it can run on all these different platforms if you have the right player. So it's an interesting concept, although it probably limits what actually you could do within the game. And there was a guy on eBay who had a whole bunch of these listed. This, like I said, is the first of the series. And for this particular one, he said that it's English friendly, even though it's a Japanese title, because the text of the game and also the manual are in English. So I figured I'll pick it up and check it out. When I got it, you can see that the cover is actually in English. Steelwood Private Eye, directed by Yoshiteru Sato, Stereo Mystery, etc. When you open it up, you get the CD, and then you also get this thing, which basically goes around the CD case, is how it was originally sold. So it's 5,800 yen was the original price. And then there's a manual, which you can tell here is, at least this side of it is completely in Japanese, except for the picture on the screen, the screenshot. And then if you open it up, there's a couple of English words, but for the most part, it's completely Japanese, so I have no idea from this how to run it, how to play it, but hopefully I could figure it out, at least to get it running, and we can see if the game is actually playable in English or not. Alright, so I have the CD installed here, or inserted to the drive rather, running in DOSBox and Windows 3.1. You can see here there's a couple of directories. The one you want is player, I found out. So I click on that one, it gives me a couple options, Mac and Win. And if I run player.exe, it basically launches the game right away from the player. There's not a lot of sound in this thing. That was basically the only sound I think that's in this entire thing, was that beep that just happened. I can make this thing bigger if I want, so that's good. Fill up the screen by hitting size. So I figured a couple things here. And then basically the only thing you can do is player start, which is the same thing. And you'll see what happens in a second. Seeking off the CD. Okay, so Steelwood Private Eye. So far so good. I have a choice between game introduction or case scene pictures. So let's try game introduction. But you'll see in a second, it's not very helpful. So there's a door, Steelwood Detective Agency. And this thing's just going by itself now. There's a guy, he said something in Japanese. There's no English here at all, so I have no idea what's going on. He's talking to his secretary, it looks like. Now he's sitting at his desk. He's saying something to himself in Japanese, or maybe he's reading a book. I have no idea what he's doing. I guess this is the Private Eye. And now it's showing you, it looks like instructions of how the game works, where you see crime scene pictures, and then you see stereograph pictures, which are supposed to be evidence. And then it'll give you an example, 3D clue follows. So this is all part of the tutorial, where I'm not clicking anything here, just saying what's going on in this game. Here's an example of a stereogram. This is, if you see these before, this is like, oh yeah, it's a sailboat. That's what these things are. Those books they used to have, Magic Eye or whatever. So I guess the premise of this game is you get a clue you get clues through these stereograms, but I don't know how you interact with the game or what you're able to do, or if you understand the clue, how does that impact anything? Because I don't really see anyone interact with this. I mean, right now it's just going, and I can pause it if I want to. And I think, by the way, now it just jumped to the actual start of the game, quote unquote, because I'm saying game very loosely here. Death Rough. But again, aside from a couple of titles and and things like that. I have no idea what any of these things mean, so I'm sort of out of luck if I really want to play this. So I'm probably going to take this back to the eBay guy and say, hey, this is not actually very friendly as you seem to have implied. How do I get this to go again now? Play. Alright, so see this woman is murdered, apparently. There's some text saying, it looks like she's murdered, I'm assuming. There's a butterfly behind her for some reason. There's a zoom in showing there's a lipstick and a butterfly. And then some more text, which I have no idea what it means. And now there's a list of suspects, I'm guessing. The graphics are not so good in this game either. They're pretty bad. More text. Or actually, maybe that was still part of the introduction. I don't know. I have a choice between main case files or individual case files. I think I'll pick main case files. But again, I don't really know what this means. So here's Greta Coolidge. She something 48, maybe 48 is her height or age. I don't know. She looks pretty mean. And okay, now 3D clue follows. And the same thing we saw before. So they don't really give you a long time to look at these. I press pause so we actually can see it. And it says the previous picture's clue. And if you try to stare at this for quite a long time, let's see if I can look at it here. And you guys feel free to pause the video as well and see if you can do that too. I did it before. I'm having a hard time seeing it now. They give you those two dots at the top here to help you guide it, but it didn't really help me at all. But if I remember correctly, it was a picture of a butterfly. And I was like thinking to myself, okay, well, we already saw in the actual picture there was a butterfly and a lipstick, so why do I need a magic eye to show me a butterfly? And who's giving me this magic eye anyway? Like, where is this coming from in the context of the game? And now that I see there's a butterfly, what the heck am I supposed to do with it? I have absolutely no idea. So, I mean, if you just continue playing this thing, it doesn't give you a chance to do anything. It just goes right on to the next guy, Wells Coolidge. And he has some other thing going on. Oh, actually, it's showing again this woman putting lipstick on. See, this is totally puzzling to me. I have no idea what's going on here, basically. Another picture. I mean, I'm not going to even bother to do it this time. You can pause this at your leisure, I guess, and figure it out. Now we have Tom Baker. Wasn't he one of the Doctor Who people? Or, I don't know. Marge Goodman. Very attractive people. She's in a theater, apparently. So the 3D clue follows. This one I looked at, and there was like two shapes, but I had no freaking idea what they were supposed to be. So the bottom line is, I have no idea what this game is. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea who made this. I have no idea how it works. Maybe if I could speak Japanese, it would all become incredibly clear, and this whole thing would be really, great, wonderful, exciting game made with Kodak Photo CD player. But right now, I'm just not getting it. Maybe I'm just too stupid to understand this game, or maybe I need to go take some language lessons before I can appreciate it. So I am going to end this video here. If you have any idea what's going on here, please tell me in the comments. Please, I try to say like this video. I mean, I'm not even sure I like it, but like the video anyway and subscribe and tell your friends if you want more weird content like this in the future of obscure random games. And have a great day, everybody. I'm out. If I can figure out how to kill this thing, I guess eject might be one way to do it. Anyway, I'm out of here.